So coming into Shavasana, and if you need a little bit of support this morning, if there's any areas that feel a little uncomfortable or feel a bit strained, then grab pillow, blanket, anything you need. Just going to let your eyes close. Palms facing upwards, let those feet just drop and fall to the side. Finding that long breath, that nature's tool of prana, life force energy, particularly when we're in nature, away from pollution. Just let your breath be that bridge. It's our bridge to our inner world. So as we inhale and exhale, we can automatically slow down, starting to delve a little bit further inwards. And at the start of your practice, just use this time to check in. How are you feeling today? Every day is different. And work with your practice. We're never against our practice, we're always working with it, adapting, listening. Just settling in. Taking a few more breaths here. The next inhale, take a long stretch of the body. So bring the arms up, send the heels away. Stretching long, maybe yawning, sighing. And then as you exhale, draw the legs together and just hug in the right knee. Squeeze that knee in. And we're going to draw a circle with the ankle. Reversing that circle the opposite way. Linking the hands behind that leg, send that heel up to the ceiling. Bring up the head as well and hold. Maybe lift off that left leg, engaging the core a little more. Dropping the head down, dropping the left leg down. See if you can draw that right leg a little closer to you, working your hands up towards the shin. Keeping the shoulders soft, relaxed, there's no strain in the neck. Squeezing in. Hugging that knee in once again, and then take that knee over to your left side. So we're just twisting through the spine, the body, relaxing that right shoulder. So in our practice today, we're coming back to the word pause. It's something that many struggle with. We want everything quickly. We're so used to everything being quick, fast pace of life. Everything at a click of a button. We maybe even prefer our shorter yoga practice so we can get on with our day. We're going to roll back to center. Send our right leg long and draw in our left knee. So squeeze in that knee. Take that roll through the ankle. Keeping that breath long. And then rolling the opposite way. We're going to send that heel up to the ceiling, supporting the back of the leg, bringing up the head, and maybe lifting off that right heel as well, engaging the core. Shoulders are relaxed. Drop the head back down on that right leg, draw that left knee back in, squeeze it in. And then send that left leg over to the right. That lovely spinal twist. Coming back to the body, any sensations, any feelings. Giving yourself this time, this attention. Pressing pause on the rest of your day ahead. Coming back to center, draw both knees in, squeeze them in, take a roll side to side, and then you're going to roll onto one side and we're going to come up. So we're going to do a little bit of a flow practice to shift any stagnation, to shift any energy, and then we're going to come back to more slow poses or holding our poses a little more. So let's come to the top of our mat, coming to Tadasana, our mountain pose, feet together. We can have our palms facing outwards. Maybe close the eyes for a moment or bring your gaze to the floor beneath you. So what does the word pause mean to you? Do you find it easy to pause? Or are you somebody that always has to be doing something? Whether that's mentally or physically. We're going to delve into this a little more throughout our practice. So let's inhale, bring the arms up, and exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Pausing at the heart. Let's inhale, bring the arms up, and exhale. Once again, pause at the heart center. This time we're going to push the hands up towards the ceiling, palms together, and we exhale and we fold over the legs. Long spine when you're ready. Let's step back right foot and our left foot into our plank. Take that lower down to your mat and then roll into your cobra. Exhale, down dog. So let's work a little with our sun salutations. It's the best time of the day in the morning. Welcoming the sun, even if we cannot see it, we know it's there. Nature is always working, always supporting. We're going to step forward, right foot, left foot, and fold. Inhale, rise all of the way up. Exhale, pause at the heart center. Push the arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left leg, right leg into plank. Let's lower all the way down to our mat. Breathe into your cobra, peel back the shoulders, and exhale into down dog. Pushing away from your mat, grounding the heels, the feet, the palms, squeezing the arms so you're open into your shoulders, and let the face soften, the jaw, the tongue. Let it go. We're going to step forward, left foot, right foot, and fold. Inhale, rise all of the way up. Exhale, pause at the heart. Inhale, long arms. Exhale, fold over the legs. Long spine when you're ready. Right foot back, left foot back into your plank. Let's lower down to our mat, roll into our cobra, and exhale into down dog. Holding here. Taking that pause in our pose. Keeping our breath long. We're going to send the right leg back, squeeze it back. We're going to inhale over to our left wrist, right wrist, and send that leg long. We're going to reverse, inhale, right wrist, left wrist, send that leg long. This time inhale, squeeze that knee to the tummy and hold. So really squeezing that knee in. Exhale, send it long. Step that foot forward, top of the mat, into your high lunge, bringing up your arms, bending into that right leg. Bring your hands onto your hips. We're going to straighten the right leg. And we're going to bend back down. But as you bend down, drop your left knee. We're going to inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend down, dropping that left knee, just hovering above your mat. Let's do one more. Straighten the legs. And then bend down. Frame that right foot, step the left foot in and fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, pause at the heart. Maybe just finding your breath here. Finding your balance. Finding the natural rhythm of your body. We're going to inhale, push the arms away. We're going to exhale, fold over the legs. Long spine when you're ready. Left leg back, right leg into plank. Let's lower all the way down to our mat. Breathe into our cobra. Exhale, down dog. And we're softening the face. We're not holding anything in the head, the eyes. Grounding palms, grounding the heels, the feet. Left leg squeezes back. We're inhaling, left wrist, right wrist, send that leg long. We're inhaling, right wrist, left wrist, send the leg long. This time we're inhaling in, we're pausing, we're holding that knee in. Challenging our core, keeping our gaze to our mat. One more breath, squeeze that knee a little more. And then exhale it long. Ready to step forward, top of the mat. Left foot forward, high lunge, bringing up the arms. Holding here. We're going to bring our hands onto our hips. So we're bending into that left leg. We're going to drop the right and then push it back up. We're going to drop the right and then straighten the legs completely, pushing up. Bending, hovering that right knee just above your mat and pushing straight. Last one, come down, frame that left foot, step that right foot in and fold. Inhale, rise all of the way up. Hands to the heart center and pause. Maybe just feeling that heart beating, that life force within. We're going to take a big step with our legs. So turning the toes, right foot out and the arms long. So let's bend into our right knee, ready for our warrior two. Holding here. We're going to drop down, right elbow, left arm long. And we're going to reverse. So we're working into our side body. We're dropping down. And we're reversing. This time maybe dropping all the way to your mat. Holding for a moment. And reversing. Coming back to your warrior two, gazing over that right hand, keeping that bend in the right leg. Straighten that right leg and bend back into it. Straighten and bend. Let's do one more. Straighten that leg, arms stay where they are, and bend. Hands come back to the heart, we turn that foot in, we straighten the legs and pause. Breathing all the way into the body, all of the way out. We're going to turn our left foot in, or out I should say. We're going to send the arms long. We're going to bend into that left knee, so our gaze is over that left hand. We're going to drop that elbow down long with that right arm and reverse. Dropping down to that knee, reversing on your next breath. And then last one, maybe that hand comes all the way to the floor as you stretch long with that right arm. And you reverse. Coming back to your warrior two. Long arms. We're inhaling, straightening that leg. We're exhaling, we're bending. We're inhaling, straightening. Exhale, bending. Let's do one more. Bending into that front knee. Back into our warrior two. Hands come back to the heart. We straighten that leg. Turn that foot in and pause. Finding your long breath. This time we're going to turn the feet out, coming into our goddess pose. We're bending knees out. We're going to send the arms wide. We're going to inhale, reach up. We're going to exhale, bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend. See if you can come quite low. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. Now we are holding here. So imagine you're trying to sit down to the floor. The back is straight. Squeezing those inner thighs. Might be some wobbles. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Keep those fingers wide. We're absorbing that energy that we need today. We're going to take two more breaths. Breathing all the way into the belly. One more breath. I know we're feeling it. Pushing back up, hands to the heart, turn those feet in and pause. Taking one more breath. Bring your hands onto your hips, take the feet a little wider. We're going to send the arms back out. We're going to twist right hand to the left leg, left hand to the ceiling. We're going to come back up. We're going to reverse. Left hand, right ankle, right hand up. So like a windmill, coming back up and reversing. So the hips stay facing forward, the legs are not moving, it's just your upper body. Reversing. You inhale, coming up. You exhale, twisting. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, coming up, hands back to the heart center. Feeling that heart beating. Feeling that breath coming in and out. Squeeze the hands behind you. Take hold of the fingers or the arms, the wrists. Pull the arms away from the body. Let's inhale and let's exhale. Hinge forward, hands up to the ceiling. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. Rolling slowly all of the way back up. You can bring your hands back to your hips. We're stepping back to the top of our mat. Hands back to the heart center. We're going to inhale, spread the arms wide, reach up to the ceiling, and we're going to exhale and fold. Inhale, long spine, right foot back, left foot back into plank. We're going to open with our right arm, take that twist. We're going to drop the right hand down and open with the left, taking that twist. We're doing the same the other side, rolling side to side, opening that arm, dropping back down and opening the other side. If you need to drop knees, you do so. Opening one side, opening the other. Coming back to your plank pose once you've done an even amount of sides and hold. So this time our pause is in our plank. Engaging the core, pulling away from your mat. 2 more breaths. One more. Drop those knees down and sit back to the heels and rest. So finding your long breath. If you prefer your arms alongside you, then that's where you place them. If you're happy with the arms in front, then you stay there. Taking that pause. So remember, we have our own tidal rhythm, just like the moon and the sun. We have fluids surrounding our brain, which are there to protect and to flow up and down our spinal column. And this movement of fluid has its own tidal wave, just as the sea and the cycles of nature. And it's when we experience shock or trauma that fluid freezes. Maybe we then have pain or discomfort. So taking 2 more breaths here, being aware of your own cycle within. As women, we're naturally connected to the moon and our menstrual cycle. Taking 1 more breath here. Coming up to the knees. We're going to send the right hand back, push into the hips, left arm reaching long. We're dropping back down, and then that left arm is long and we're pushing into the hips and that right arm stretches. We're reversing that, so always coming back to the knees, right arm back, push into those hips, and then you drop back to the knees before stretching the opposite arm back and reaching long. Let's do 1 more each side in your own time. Inhaling, exhaling, pushing up, dropping down. Last one. And then take both arms back, hands fingers pointing forwards, and maybe push up and pause. Remember, you don't have to push up if you don't want to. You can keep the hips down. Squeeze those shoulders back. Let's take 2 more breaths. And release. Coming back down. Sitting on our mats. Sending the legs out. So make sure you're sitting evenly on the spine or the lower back, and then you're going to send your legs wide. So you may want your yoga strap, because we're going to be taking hold of our right foot. So maybe your strap is around that right foot instead. So the hips are staying forward once again, and the glutes are staying on our mat. So we don't want to be doing this. We don't want to lift off from our mat. Imagine you gluing the bottom to the mat. We're going to reach long with that left arm, and then we're going to just take it over, maybe just a little bit, and reach it back up. So it's taking it over, and it's reaching it back up. So just delving into that side body a little, but in a slow way. We're not rushing, just a gentle stretch and then a gentle release. Gentle stretch, gentle release. Let's do that one more time. Gentle stretch, gentle release. And this time maybe that arm goes all the way to the foot and you hold. Or maybe you hold here. But we're taking that pause in the pose. No movement. And then slowly, with care, release out. It's quite deep on the side, so do take time. So we're going to do the same thing the other side. We've opened our left, we want to open our right side. So we're going to reach for our left foot or put our strap around that foot. Once there, that right arm is reaching long. Yes. So same movement of reaching towards that left foot, keeping that body open. So we don't want to fold forwards, we want to stay open and then reach that arm back up. So stretching down, releasing up, stretching to that foot, releasing up. Let's do that again. Stretching down, releasing up. Let's do 2 more. Stretching down, stretching up. And last one here, heading to that foot, reaching to that ceiling. And then you decide where you're going to pause. Making sure the glutes are not lifting. The toes are pointing upwards. You get that nice length in the back of the legs. We're going to take 2 more breaths. And we come out with care. So let's bring the legs together. We're going to take a bend at the legs. I think you know what's coming and thinking, oh no. So we're bending at the legs, we're lifting off our legs and we're sending our arms out. If you need to hold on to the back of your legs as you do this movement, then do so. If not, and the arms are out. We're going to send the legs long. We're going to draw the legs in. Now you may be able to come back lower on your mats than me. I have to be quite mindful of my curve in my spine. So drawing the knees in, sending the legs out. Drawing them in, sending the legs out. Coming in, sending them out. In and out. We've got 2 more. Drawing the legs in, sending the legs out. In and out. And you know what's coming? We have to hold. So maybe we're holding in boat pose, sending the feet a little higher. Maybe you're holding in that long stretch. You decide. Wherever you are, you want to be feeling a little challenged in that core. Maybe some wobbling and shaking. We're going to stay for 2 more breaths. I'm definitely wobbling and shaking. 1 more breath. And release. Bring the soles of your feet together, close to you. So heels close to you. Wrap your fingers around your toes. Send your spine long. I think our side bodies might be aching a little bit tomorrow. And we're going to drop the elbows down and just relax the head. So chin to the chest. Gazing forwards. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. Remember, nature always helps us slow down. It's a great place to take that pause. Having trust in the breeze and the trees, the earth, the air that you breathe. I know both of you are in nature. Mandy's got the sea. Katie, you've got those lovely green areas of Yorkshire. Perfect spot to pause in nature. Let's take 1 more breath. Slowly bringing the body back up. So let's come onto our backs. Keep a bend in the legs as you lie down. We want to make sure we can touch our heels. We're going to push our spine into our mat. Arms alongside you. And we're going to come up and down in our bridge pose. So keep the arms where they are. Make sure you can touch your heels so you're in the right position. We're going to inhale, squeeze up away from our mat. And we're going to exhale and roll back down. Now maybe don't quite touch your mat, so you keep that engagement in the muscles. So it's an inhale pushing up. It's an exhale rolling down, but we're not going to completely collapse to our mat. With control, inhale up, exhale down, inhale rise, exhale lower, and again inhale, exhale. We're going to do 2 more, keeping that control, rising up, squeezing at the top. And that slight lower back down. Last one, you're rising up, and this time you're holding at the top. Squeezing and holding. Keep the arms relaxed. Don't grip the face or the jaw. Fingers are soft. Grounding into the mat with the feet. Feeling those muscles working. How amazing our body is, how strong our body is. Our glutes are our biggest muscle. We're going to take 2 more breaths. One more breath. And when you exhale, it's a slow, slow lower all of the way down to your mat. Draw those knees in. Give yourself a roll, a squeeze, side to side. One more core exercise, girls, I promise. So, legs are going to bend once again. Arms alongside you, or I think it's quite nice just to put your hands under your glutes. It supports your lower back a little bit more, especially if you have an arch like me. So palms facing down. We're going to draw the knees in. We're going to send the heels up to the ceiling, and I think both of you are okay with lower back. So you're going to drop your heels down towards your mat, hold, and you're going to inhale and draw them back up again. So exhale, lowering the heels, holding, inhale, back up. Exhale, drop. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. And again, lower down. Rise back up. Lowering down. Rising back up. We've got our pause coming up now. We lower down. We hover the heels. If you want to be a bit stronger, you bring up your head and you hold. Gazing towards the toes. Might be wobbling, might be shaking. Make sure you're breathing fully. 2 more breaths. One more. And slowly release down to your mat. Draw those knees back in. Give yourself that squeeze, that hug. Link the fingers together, place your hands under your head, roll the knees over to the right. So elbows on the floor, hands are supporting your head. Dropping the knees to the right. Pausing here. Inhale, come back to center, drop the knees over to your left side. Taking that pause. Coming back to center. And here I want you to choose an asana of your choice. So maybe it's a shoulder stand where you push up, you support the back. Maybe it's a double leg raise. Maybe it's another asana that we've done in our practice or something else from another day. But you are going to decide because you know your body best. So what does your body need right now? Does it need more challenge? Does it need more rest? Staying in this pose for as long as you need. And when you're ready, just coming back down and taking rest in Shavasana. If that means a little bit of support or covering yourself with a blanket, then do so. We're just going to be here for a few moments and then we have an exercise to finish. So in Shavasana, you want to be able to let the body go, to be able to absorb your practice. Checking back in. How the body's feeling. And when we take that pause, it allows us to begin to experience the pull of the greater forces that surround us. Of course, there's the moon, and there's the sun. And as I said, as women, we tend to live quite close to the rhythms of nature with our own cycle. And when we listen closely to our bodies, we know that it's our natural time to pause, slowing down, delving inwards. However, sometimes we get a little off track and our body is always on, rather than sometimes being off or in that pause stage. Quite often we lose the connection of the rhythms of the day, the sun waking us, and the darkness preparing us for sleep. Being guided by the cycles of the moon maybe are no longer part of our daily life. We use curtains maybe to block out daylight. We maybe stay awake long into the night with artificial light, or television or screens. Maybe it's rare that we pause and just ask the question, what is actually good for us? I think the more we practice yoga, the more in tune we are. I know I like to wake up with daylight. I don't like dark curtains, or you stay in a hotel and you have the blackout blinds. So what is good for you? What is your natural cycle telling you? When you feel ready, just start to bring your awareness back. Any sounds around you. Some movement in the body. Allowing the body to slowly make its way back up to seated. And if you feel more comfortable on a block, then do grab one. We're going to finish with 3 Om mantras. And they say Om is the sound of the universe. And it's quite nice to feel that vibration of Om within our body. So remember, it's pronouncing A, U, and we hold the M. So A and U is with the mouth open, and M is with the mouth closed. So let's try, let's inhale and begin. Your hands to your heart, taking that pause. And let's bow to Namaste. So girls, I finished a little bit early to do a mindfulness activity with you. I'm just going to put you so I can see you. So we are going to grab our pen and paper and answer a couple of questions. If you want your drink, if you have one, and have it to hand. Very chilled end to our class today. So this is the Pause Questionnaire, and it's just going to give you a little insight into how you feel, maybe some things that control you a little bit more, and maybe ways of letting things go. So you have 3 options. So at the top of the piece of paper, I want you to leave a gap at one side, and on the right side, put often, sometimes, and never. And you're just going to put a tick under those 3 categories. So often, sometimes, and never. And we're recording this session so you can go back over it. And for those that aren't here, you can do this questionnaire. So number 1, I am easily upset by the small things. And you're going to put a tick in one of those columns. So put number 1 and then put which one you've ticked, because you need to work out your score at the end. Number 2, I often try to please other people. I often try to please other people. So you're either ticking often, sometimes, or never. Number 3, I find it hard to breathe or breathe excessively. So that's people that breathe quite shallow, quite stressed, quite anxious, often, sometimes, or never. Number 4, I feel impatient if I'm delayed. So make sure you write number 4 so you know your score for that answer. Number 5, I often feel lonely. Number 6, I feel refreshed when I wake up. Number 7, I worry what other people think of me. Number 8, I wake up naturally in the morning. Well, maybe we don't on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I wake up naturally in the morning. Or maybe you do wake up before your alarm. I always do. Number 9, I spend good quality time with my friends. And these are all questions that are going to give you food for thought. Number 10, I worry about how things will turn out. Number 11, I check my phone compulsively. Might be a good one to get children to do as well, Katie. I'm thinking Sienna and Callum might get this questionnaire later. Number 12, I'm able to turn my technology off for the entire weekend. Number 13, I compare my life to the stories I read on social media. Number 14, I feel I lead a life with purpose. Number 15, I worry about money. Number 16, I can let my mistakes go easily. Number 17, I feel comfortable with the way I look. Number 18, I feel full of energy. Number 19, I fall asleep on the sofa before bedtime. And number 20, I dream of a radically different life. So I know we're running out of time now, so I'm going to send you the little page that has the markings on it. And when you get time today, you're going to add up your score. And I'm also going to send you the page with a little bit of answers on it or passage on it about your score. So you have that to do in your own time. But I just wanted to make sure you done it. And that's why I wanted to do it in class today. It gives you food for thought. Okay, to some of those questions. And let them just play over your mind a few times. But I'm going to send them straight after class. Okay. Katie, I know you're in a hurry. So let me just end our recording.